Let us go. 7 months. Crazy, crazy. As sporting in the bottom right-hand corner of Pylon, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Team Liquid. It is MaNa. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the Brood War Zerg player. We have the Finnish Zerg. It is Mixu. Here we go. Oh boy, and MaNa, he is very hot right now. MaNa, you can make an argument that he is one of the best Protoss players in Europe at the moment. You can even make an argument he's top 4 Protoss, or even top 3 Protoss in Europe. It's crazy, it's crazy. He's been getting some better and better results over the past year, beating players like Clem, beating players like Max. MaNa has had a bit of a renaissance in 2025. We'll see that if that skill translates over to StarCraft Evolution as well, though. True. We shall see. As MaNa does force the unnatural natural. This is going to be an awkward setup here for the Brood War Zerg player, as Mixu does double expand. That's a hatch opener before spawning pool. Okay. So hatch before gas into pool after the gas as well. So this is very greedy here by Mixu. Insane greed. We'll see if MaNa can punish this. I think he can. Again, because of the setup here, there's going to be no SimCity to wall off the natural, which means he's going to be more vulnerable against Adepts, against gateway aggression. Does pull some of the boys here to chase down the probe. MaNa, he doesn't respond with the second gateway. We'll see what he goes for. Also, bearing in mind, welcome on all to Pylon. Pylon is a very small map and map pool, much smaller map. Shorter rush distance by ground. And we'll see how MaNa does open. He may just go for a standard opener and go into a Stargate, into an Oracle. As the Cybercore is soon to finish. We're still waiting for the tech. First Adept is being chronoed. Stargate is on the way. Okay, so a standard opener, just Stargate opener, most likely into a third base. Remember, Mixu, his gases were delayed, his spawning pool was delayed, so MaNa, he knows that he can cut some corners, he can be greedy. Meanwhile, a shout to Silly Dobby in the chat as well. God, baby God. Thank you so much for subscribing for also 7 months. You both subscribed around the same time. Thank you. Do appreciate it. So many great shows. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Do what we can, baby. We do what we can. Oh, that is a little bit different. So, MaNa, we assumed was going to go for a Stargate open into an expansion. That's a Stargate into a very early Forge for very early upgrades. Okay. Early Forge, early +1 out of MaNa. Adept does move out. The one Adept does nice so much mine time here. It does force out 2 gases and 2 colonies as well. So very nice, as the second Adept has arrived. Remember, there are no queens to defend. We spoke about how often, as Brood War Zerg, you have to rely on site defense, but I don't see any colonies here for Mixu. Link speed is almost done. MaNa, he gets behind the mineral line. He will deny mining. Mixu coming for the surround. He does come in, and he does not surround the Adepts. Once again, nice movement here by Mixu. He does pull away. Oracle headed for the bases. The colonies are just now finishing up, but they need more time. Yeah, as we just go ham. 3 drone kills. Mixu, he counterattacks. The wall's open. Oh, that should not have happened. The wall is wide open. We're diving on the pylon. MaNa getting caught completely with his pants down. Everything gets depowered. No warp gate forced to recall. Ay. Getting 1, 2, 3 probe kills. MaNa will defend at the same time. Adepts bust into the bases. 9 drones going down. We're getting messy. We're getting very messy here. As again, MaNa should not have lost that many workers. Life Guys has no warp gates. Remember, recall's on cooldown, but the Oracle is in position. We have 2 base charge out of MaNa. Oracle does defend, but Lings, they once again slip in. And once again, there's still no wall. There's still no wall. But he's trying. He's trying to wall off. Ooh, has more probes going down. 9 probe kills. Okay, 9 probes once again denying the warp gate. Delaying warp gate very, very heavily. And with that, this has been a rookie game here for MaNa. Yes, he was able to deal some damage, but he sustained so much more as well. We have a game state where charge is finishing before warp gate. that's how heavily warp gate was delayed. And MaNa expands. But I don't think he really wanted to. I think the initial goal was to turn this into an all-in, but now he's forced to expand. Now he's taking up into a Temple Archives and towards Archons on the Storm. Forced into a longer game. Ooh, okay, a new graphical asset for the Hydra upgrades. Spores do deflect. Hydras are amassing. Zealous, they're trying to get on top of the Hydras. Boys are being pulled. MaNa, he's trading very nicely here. Yeah, it gets into the bases. 9 drones going down. 10 drones going down. Is this going to be game here and now? I mean, Mixu, he did a great job delaying this, but he's not quite ready for it. The Hydras, they're so vulnerable on their own. 1 Oracle falls, 17 drone kills. This might just be it. This might just be it. This might just be game. And no colonies. GG gets called as MaNa overwhelms, and MaNa takes a lead. GG. GG, well played. That was on Mixu here. Mixu, he was aware of what was happening. He was aware. He got a full scout of the bases. He saw the lack of third base. He saw the early Forge. He saw the early Twilight Council. That all screams charge. And we saw no sunken colonies. Sunken colony is the equivalent of a spine crawler in StarCraft 2, and we spoke in the previous series how as a Zerg player playing Brood War, you are heavily reliant on site defense to defend against pushes like this. Heavily reliant. And there were no colonies. We had spore colonies against the Oracles, but nothing against the ground army. We saw the Ling Hydra composition was very vulnerable. It's very fragile as a unit composition, and Zelsa just went to town. They just went to town, and with that, we're now getting into game number 2, and we'll see how if Mixu can recover. As we're jumping into that second game, we're going to be loading into Blue Storm, one of the Brood War maps. One of my favorite. The nostalgia, baby, the nostalgia. Here we go. Loading into that second map. Again, MaNa needs almost one more game here to claim the series. And if he can, then we might see a MaNa versus Tasia match in the winners match. True. Get there. As here we go, we're getting into our second game and spawning in the top right hand corner of Blue Storm. We have the Polish Protoss player, the Polish Protoss. We have the Brood War Protoss representing Team Liquid. It is MaNa. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Finnish Zerg player. We have the Blue Zerg, the SE2 Zerg. It is Mixu. Here we go. And welcome 1-0 to Blue Storm. Blue Storm, for me at least, is very nostalgic. I didn't really get into watching Brood War until SE Remastered came out. And if you remember, Blue Storm was in the map pool when that occurred. It was in the map pool specifically for the SSL, for the Sport TV Star League. That was a Star League that Sport TV was hosting. They were hosting a Star League for SE2 and for Brood War at the same time. It's crazy. I was like back in 2016. And when it comes to the map itself, it has a lot of unique features. First things first, we have a 1 hex entrance into the natural. Very narrow. 1 pylon is enough to wall off, so you can wall off with a pylon. Very narrow entrance, very difficult to actually break through and to actually commit to an all-in. But the rush distance by ground is short. Very short rush distance, very direct rush distance as well, so there's a bit of a give and take. Meanwhile, the natural is exposed in a different way. We have high ground going into the natural base. This is never before feature seen in SE2. Like this is never seen in StarCraft 2. So we have a low ground natural base. Likewise, we also have a low ground third base as well. So we have high ground into the third and high ground into the natural. So if the opposing player can take control of these areas, it can be very difficult to defend, which is why we often see a lot of engagements further out here on top of that ramp here as another kind of entrance into the bases. So again, very unique layout. Likewise, we have a very large main base. We have this little offshoot here. There's a Reaper cliff coming down into the main as well here on the right hand side, and we often see drop play unloaded here in this little offshoot of the main. For now, we have standard openers. We are going for a Robo opener from the side of MaNa. This is very standard, winding it back here when it comes to PvZ, when it comes to Brood War Protoss. It is very common to open Robo into a Bay into Reaver drops. Reaver drops are very commonplace in the meta for Brood War Protoss. Meanwhile, that's an insanely early Roach Warren, no link speed. Mixu, he skips link speed, he rushed into Roaches. This looks like a Roach all-in. Looks like we're rushing Roaches. And we'll see if he can catch MaNa off guard. MaNa, he scouted. He didn't quite see enough, though. He saw a standard opener. The probe is going back in, and we'll see what MaNa can confirm. He sees lack of saturation. He sees lack of saturation, but that's not the biggest of tells. Going further in. And he will get a full scout. Oh, the boys are being pulled, and the scout is denied. Ay. Yeah, MaNa, he barely doesn't confirm. He sees no link speed, though. True. He saw no link speed, so that is another tell. He fully walls off with a gateway. Shield barrier, yeah, he knows. Shield barrier is on the way. He knows something is wrong. He knows something is up. As we mentioned before, remember, we have the Bay into Reavers. If we can get that Reaver up and running, then we can defend. Remember, the Reaver is, I would say, kind of like a cross between a Disruptor and an Immortal. The reason for this is because there are no Immortals in Brood War, so the Reaver has to be a little bit more robust, has to be a little bit more impactful than a Disruptor, which it is. So the Reaver has like more roles to kind of fill. So the Reaver's on the way. The all-in is coming. We have Lings, Roaches, and Ravagers. And it's not going to be an easy defense. So far, only 1 shield battery. Ooh. Only 1 battery. That Reaver is still on the way. That is shuttle speed being researched, which I don't know if is the most impactful upgrade. Files on the shield battery. Battery's taking a lot of hits. So far, nice Sim City. Lings, they cannot get in. The Dragoon does pull back. Oh, the Reaver's coming in. Is crawling forward. The pylon is almost going to go down. That will depower one of the gates. 2 of the gates even. Yeah, 2 gateways depowered. But MaNa's holding. MaNa, he defends quite nicely here. So very clean defense, and now he can counterattack. Now he can move out with his Reaver with shuttle speed. As Mixu is droning is delayed, his third base is late as well. Scratcher going up, gets a Ravager. Ravager goes down, and the Reaver is coming towards the bases. We have 1 Queen in position. We have a handful of Zerglings as well. This Reaver shot, shuts out all the Lings. And now going for the mineral line. Oh my god, 2 drones. Okay, 2 more drones. Picks up, pulls away. Gravitic Drive has now been researched. Remember, that is shuttle speed. Takes 2 shots to kill a Queen. Oh my god. Gets a Queen. Get this scout shots, they will chase you down. They will hunt you down, man. Ay. As we can see, MaNa gaining momentum. Behind this, he expands. He's going to be rallying across towards the third base. And he's going for the Lings. Remember, link speed is heavily delayed. Nice control there by Mixu. He does split off. Oh no! He did initially, but alas, not towards the end. And GG gets called. MaNa, he overwhelms. He punishes the failed all-in from Mixu, and MaNa will take the series 2-0. GG. Whew. GG, well played, MaNa. He will claim the series. I apologize for not updating the score in game there. I was just a little bit distracted by the game itself, by the match itself. But GG, well played. MaNa does claim it, and with that, we have our winners match. Again, my condolences to Mixu. Mixu, he was very dedicated when it came to his build, when it came to his all-in, and so to see it fail, it was just a brutal position there for Mixu. MaNa, with his Reaver Harass, he was able to pick off so many Zerglings, allowing his Dragoons to snowball out of control. So a strong showing there from MaNa, and with that, we have the rest of the group playing out. Let's go. Let us switch our scenes over here and catch up on the rest of the group. Ay. As a big shout out in the chat to Acles de Cruz, papi. Ay. Thank you so much for subscribing for also 7 months. That's a lot of people with 7 months, kind of lining up. That's crazy. But thank you so much for the support. We do always appreciate it here as we are delving into the round of 16 and group stage of StarCraft Evolution. I know Acles is very fond of SE Evo, and I do apologize that we weren't able to cover any of the round of 28. We just didn't have any free slots available. We've just been so bogged down and so engulfed in StarCraft 2 with EWC, with Home Story Cup. We have been casting less SE Evo as of late, but now we can focus on the championship, and the goal here is to cast all the round of 16 this week. So today is Group A, tomorrow is Group B, on Thursday is Group C, and Friday is Group D. So we're going to be covering every single match in the round of 16 throughout the course of the week. And then this weekend, of course, is the playoffs. The playoffs are this weekend. But as you can see here, we have our results coming in, and we do have the first 2 matches wrapping up, and now we have our winners match. Tasia versus MaNa facing off in the winners match, and we have Shin and Mixu facing off in the elimination match. Oh boy.